Hillary supporters have a new argument that they're using against Bernie, and it's getting some play on Twitter, and it's basically jacked from right-wingers. I don't know how else to say it. It's pretty straightforward here. Let's take a look. It says, I'm with Hillary. You can either vote for rainbows and unicorns or actual results. I vote for results. I vote for Hillary. Okay. There's so much wrong with this. Now, think about the fact that it's Hillary voters who say to Bernie voters, you guys are using right-wing arguments. When Bernie voters bring up, hey, she's bought by Wall Street. She takes all this money from Wall Street and she's going to do their bidding. So that's crazy. They say, oh my God, Bernie bro, look at you using right-wing arguments. Well, that's not a right-wing argument. That's just true. It's factual, it's accurate, and it really is a left-wing argument. So they say we're using right-wing arguments, and then they turn around and use right-wing arguments. Now, there's no other interpretation of this. There's no other possible way to view this. No, this is a right-wing argument. Oh yeah, you want actual liberal things? That's unicorns and rainbows is what it is. Okay, but it's not. Every other modern nation has it. And I also just think it's wrong when they say, like, Hillary can get results because she's pragmatic and Bernie can't. Do you have no clue how negotiations work? So again, they think this is like ruthless pragmatism. Oh, she says, let's not push for the policies we really want, and that's pragmatism. No. If you negotiate and your starting position is a strong liberal position, well, then there's an opposition party and they're going to counter what you say. And as long as you started your negotiation in a good spot, well, then the middle ground position might actually be that incremental change that Hillary Clinton concedes to up front and says she wants up front. So Hillary says the most I want is maybe a public option on healthcare. Now, there was a time when she didn't even say that, but now that Bernie's pushing her to the left, she's like, okay, I guess I'll say I want a public option. So if her starting position is a public option, the Republicans are going to say, we don't want to do anything. How about that? And so then what's the middle ground? There is no middle ground. You either do nothing or you do a slight add-on to Obamacare that tweaks around the edges and doesn't really change anything substantive. Now, look at what Bernie does. Bernie says, no, I want single payer, and that's non-negotiable. That's what I want. That's what I'm going to get. Come hell or high water. You're against me? Fine. I'll run all these ads against you. I'll crush you in the next election. I'll explain how the majority of the American people are in favor of a single-payer system. You're not. You're against them. You guys are acting like fascists. I'm going to run ads against you. I'm going to crush you, and I'm going to get a Democratic majority, and then I'm going to get single-payer. So either that happens, or we make a deal right now, and we sit down. And then you put them in a corner, and then maybe you end up getting a public option. There's your middle ground. So he actually can get more pragmatic things simply by saying, hey, I'm a true progressive, and this is my position. You want to work with me? Fine, we'll work with you, but this is my position. Hillary up front is like, here, have half of what you want. Well, then you're not going to get dick. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to get anything. This is how you negotiate. So she does not get results. He will get results. That's the most important thing. And then again, rainbows and unicorns. Can you please explain which part of Bernie Sanders' policy proposals are rainbows and unicorns? I'm curious. Again, this is the argument many Hillary supporters are using. So rainbows and unicorns are you talking about single-payer healthcare? Is that rainbows and unicorns? Universal healthcare. So what every other modern nation on the planet has. Rainbows and unicorns. It's rainbows and unicorns. How about universal college? What many other modern nations have. Rainbows and unicorns. Or is it getting money out of politics and actually having clean elections? Oh, I know that one drives you crazy. Not being corrupted and selling out and working for your donors. Rainbows and unicorns. This is how the world works. You have a system that's supposed to be a democracy, and it is in name, but effectively it's an oligarchy. Shut up and sit down. You're against that? Rainbows and unicorns. Please. This is a group of people. This is a democratic loyalist group of people who aren't even interested in actual liberal positions anymore. They're just not. And it's disheartening because you have many, many good people in the Democratic Party. The Democratic base is with Bernie, and here's what separates them. They're loyal to the principle over the person. The Hillary people, it's the opposite. They're loyal to the person over the principle. So this is our leader, and if our leader decides, hey, I disagree with all of the liberal things I said I'm supposed to agree with, well, then they're like, I don't care, we're still with you. You're our dear leader. Whereas the Bernie people say, this isn't even just about Bernie. In fact, it's not about Bernie. What it's about is Bernie is a medium for the ideas and the policies and the philosophy that represents a modern civilization that gives people equal opportunity and makes all of our lives better. There is no real choice here. One candidate is clearly better. The other one is at the point where she's a joke, and especially many of her followers are, when they make arguments like standard progressive liberal goals, the whole point of the Democratic Party. Now all of a sudden, oh my goodness, rainbows and unicorns is what this is. Making a better system for people and providing equal opportunity and giving us what other modern nations have, rainbows and unicorns.